Through the pathway of play, we return to the magic within our hearts. Aloha, shifters, dreamers, wizards, multidimensional friends within this beautiful holographic matrix. My name is Brendon, aka Mystic Spider-Man, Skull Babylon, Wolf Shield, welcoming you back for another inspirational, consciousness expanding team podcast here, presented through Paradigm Shift Central, a portal for a collective of inspiration of conscious creators and leaders working together to be able to help assist and accelerate the collective shift in consciousness. And as always, I am joined by some fellow amazing creators for tonight's very exciting, very playful episode of the spiritual wisdom of play. So let's just take a moment here, fellow conscious creators, to gently be able to invite everybody up on screen, and let's make some noise and make some whooping sounds and do any like silly faces and send some love. So whoop whoop whoop, we love you guys. Welcome.
We love you.
Awesome. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being here, for being a part of this beautiful community that we've got. And again, we're going to get right into tonight's broadcast. We're going to do just a quick introduction, do a quick little meditation, just to be able to drop ourselves into our heart-mind coherence. And then from there, we're going to get right into the discussion. And again, this week's podcast is on the spiritual wisdom of play. Of course, I cannot do this alone. I am joined by all of our creators, who I'm just going to take a moment just to be able to give a quick shout out and introduce them for those of you who are tuning into this, who are like curious, who are like, who are all of these amazing beings I see before me? Well, let me introduce you to them one by one briefly, and then we'll hear a little bit more from them as we move through the discussion tonight. So again, Brendon, Mystic Skull Wolf Spider-Man or something like that. I don't even know anymore. All right, I'm here. Hey everyone, nice to meet you again. For those of you who may be brand new, we've got Beau. Beau, I'm just going to bring you up on screen. You can wave to Beau. So everybody, let's give a nice warm welcome of Beau, one of our newer leading members. You might recognize Beau. Thank you, Beau, for being here. We've got Justine joining us again. I like how we're all like waving to each other. Can we just like do that? We're just like, yeah. I feel like this is like a game show or something here tonight. Very good, Justine. Thank you for being here. We've got Abby back once again. Thank you, Abby, for being here as well with one of the many Yodas that we have on air with us tonight. So thank you, Yoda, for flying in from the far reaches of the galaxy to be able to join us here tonight. And we've got Kristen with, surprise, surprise, another baby Yoda. Thank you, Kristen, for joining in with us here again. And we've also got Amanda, and we've got 3 Yodas in a row right now. That's like a special full strike or something that we've got going on. What is this, like bowling or something? Is that how that works? I don't even know anymore. All right, and we've got who else do we got? We've got Flash as well. We've got Jessica in here as well. Thank you, Jessica, for being here. And Jessica's got some sort of play apparatus thing. Oh my goodness, I'm like already just like in a trance with it. And then we've also got Leeza. Leeza, thank you for joining in once again. Thank you for being here and for everybody just bringing in such amazing energy. And of course, we're going to have a few more leading members joining us a little bit later in the episode. So just as a quick introduction, we do these episodes live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Spotify at Paradigm Shift Radio. If you follow us on Spotify and you follow us on YouTube, be sure to leave a comment on the videos, like it, share it with your friends, whatever you feel called to do to be able to help invite people further to the community. And again, if you'd like to be able to connect even further with the team, be sure to check out our Discord. You can find the link for that in the info for this video. And again, if you would like to be able to get further access to the Discord, be sure to check out the Patreon. That's where you can join as a leading member at the $11 monthly contribution. And when you join at the leading member level, that's where you can join on air for our weekly team podcast, and think of it not only as an investment for the community, but an investment for yourself as well, to be able to help support you on your journey as a conscious creator. So we've got a lot of awesome stuff here happening within the community. So again, all the links that you need, both for the Discord, the Patreon, and the links for all the featured creators on tonight's episode, are in the info for the YouTube video. So after this episode, be sure to check out the links, follow them up, and be sure to send them a direct message or leave a friendly comment. And as we move through this, if the audio in the video is slightly out of sync, we'll get that fixed as we go. So thank you again, everyone, for your patience there. And we'll get right into our meditation. And special announcement, tonight's broadcast is going to be less than 2 hours. Tonight's broadcast is going to be less than 2 hours. Tonight's broadcast is going to be less than 2 hours. If I say it 3 times, that means it has to happen. So We'll see. We'll see. But what that really means is, again, we'll just keep things really concise and in the flow tonight. We'll go through a little bit of the discussion after we get into our meditation, which will just be about being able to drop us into our heart space. And again, we'll be talking about what is play, why is it so important, how does play relate to the spiritual journey, how does play show up within our own personal life, what is our own personal relationship with play, what can we do to embody play more within our regular day-to-day lives and within our practices, within our perspectives, and within our creative expressions. So at the end of this episode, we hope that this simply inspires you to be able to continue to embody and practice play more within your journey. So with that said, let's just get right into our little bit of a meditation. And thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. So when you're ready to drop into this meditation, just go ahead, leave the chat for a moment, get yourself nice and comfortable, and we'll let's get going. So all right, here we go. So real swiftly here, this will only take a moment. So if you're watching in the future and you want to fast forward this, it's totally up to you, whatever works for you. So all right, here we go. When you're ready, gently close your eyes. Take this moment here to begin connecting with your breath. Soft, gentle inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Just continuing to find the rhythm of your breath, allowing yourself to arrive in this present moment. Gently straighten up your spine, open up your chest, relax your face. And as you breathe here, we'll just take a moment to be able to bring ourselves into our heart space, to just be able to reflect in gratitude for yourself, for showing up, to be able to receive the inspiration of this discussion tonight, knowing that simply by you being here, you are participating in the expansion of collective consciousness. That whatever comes through tonight, there is a message for you, something that will spark something within you, that will nurture your heart, nurture your soul. And in this moment, just taking this opportunity to just imagine all of us just sitting in a circle, wherever this circle may be. Maybe it's outside, maybe it's in a cute yoga studio, maybe it's in some sort of sacred space temple or something. That's cool. Maybe we're on a UFO. That's cool too. And even right now, just allowing ourselves to really just kind of like feel the playful energy that we are cultivating here tonight. To just kind of feel as we move into this discussion where it's kind of like, you know, that feeling where it's like recess in school. Like that's kind of like one of the best examples I can give. It's like, you know, recess, that feeling when it's just kind of like the purpose of recess is literally to play. And so let's just kind of allow ourselves to arrive into that intention that tonight's space is designed for us to not only talk about play, but to be able to embody play, to be playful, full of play. So just imagine all of us sitting in this circle and you just look around and you can just kind of see everyone, and maybe we've got like different outfits and silly hats on. This is, should have sent out the memo. It was silly hats party. Forgot to post that up. But anyway, just imagining everybody just kind of like here. You can put a gentle smile on your face and just allow yourself to really just send gratitude to all the other people here in this circle. Not just simply as fellow members of your community, but literally as sacred mirrors of source, as soul, honoring their journey, honoring the energy that they bring into this space. And again, just nurturing each other's hearts as we continue to rise together. Take a moment here within your own silence and just breathe and just feel this love, feel this play, feel it within your heart. Just take a moment here within your own silence. Allow yourself to feel this space. Beautiful. Take one more moment here to be able to send out a message to all the people here in the circle. One sentence, or even just a few words, one small little phrase, something to inspire them, to nurture their hearts, something that might be in theme with tonight's discussion topic of play. Take a moment here. What do you want to say to the hearts of all the people here tuned in live and afterwards? Beautiful. Just allowing ourselves to embody this energy. We'll carry it with us. We'll carry this image with us throughout this beyond this meditation, throughout this discussion, and just allow ourselves to continue to cultivate this beautiful magic that we are embodying here together. Just take one more moment here. Check in with your body. How are you feeling right now? 1 or 2 words. How are you feeling right now in this space? And slowly you can gently bring a little smile to your face if you feel called. And we'll gently bring our awareness back to our physical body when you're ready. Slowly wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and gently open your eyes. And do a little this and do a little that. And a skidamarinky dinky do, and that's the story. And now here we go, and let's have some fun. So, okay. Skidamarinky dinky do, da 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 da. I love you. I think I literally could just sing the rest of that song right now. We might have to save it for later. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit of a sing-along later. So we'll see. Go ahead, leave your comments down in the YouTube chat. What was the phrase that you guys might want to share with the community tonight? How are you feeling in 1 or 2 words? Please feel free to leave those comments in the YouTube, and throughout this discussion, your comments in the YouTube, they're seen. They're a part of what it is that we are talking about here tonight. So thank you again, each and every single one of you. Please feel free to screenshot this at any time. If you're on your mobile device, you can post this to your Instagram live or afterwards. Tag me at Mystic Spider-Man and tell people to be able to link into my profile if you'd like to be able to invite them to be able to check it out. So let's get right into this. Drop those 1111s if you guys are excited. And away we go. So tonight's team podcast, the spiritual wisdom of play. This is such an exciting topic for us to be able to practice sharing and discussing. And as we move into this, that's what this is going to be. This is going to be practice. This is going to be practice for us really being able to reflect on something that in many ways almost feels like incredibly like so basic, but at the same time, it's so important, especially in today's day and age. You know, there's a lot of things that are stressing us on the regular. So the more that we feel that this is just kind of like the world we're in, it brings even more importance to the practice of play. And what is play? And we're going to go around the circle, and I'm going to invite everybody here to just be able to share a little bit about their relationship with play, maybe how it was a part of their spiritual journey thus far, maybe a part of their childhood, and even inviting you to be able to share what are some of the ways that you like to be able to practice play. And so for me, from the perspective of the spiritual wisdom of play, I feel that play is a very powerful way to be able to tap into the authentic expression of creative energy. So when we are in a state of play, you know, it's very much kind of like this, it's almost a meditation, you know, like play is a very meditative state. When you're in a place of play, you're not really thinking about the past, you're not really thinking about the future, you're literally there. And play can be, you know, a variety of different things with a variety of different emotions. Play at sometimes can be very like silly and laughing all the time, but then other times play can be like very kind of, you know, like focused and very gentle and very intuitive. It can also be very at times like play can be aggressive and stuff like that. That's where I'm thinking like roughhousing and hockey and sports. This is my experience with play. So play is something that we can use to be able to almost kind of, you know, like experiment with a variety of energies that we can bring into ourselves. You know, this is where you think about the idea of being able to play. You think of it as like, for me personally, I think of it as like drama class, where you are putting on a play. So it is the idea of being able to play with different roles, to play with different aspects of ourselves, to be the good guy, yeah, pew pew pew, to be the bad guy, yeah, pew pew pew. I guess it's the same black hat, white hat, right? Like cowboys and Indians or something like that, whatever it was. There were so many different ways for us to be able to play. And I think, again, you know, kind of like referencing back on the wisdom of Alan Watts, and I'll just say this and then we'll pass it off to the next person to, again, less than 2 hour broadcast tonight. Alan Watts, you know, he really hits home this idea that this life is play. Like this life is play in the sense that it is like a stage play. So in the sense of it being a stage play, it's kind of like this idea that, you know, like we as a human experience are kind of, you know, playing a character. So who are we really? You know, we are this like primordial source, this soul, this being that's beyond this physical dimension, which is again part of the spiritual wisdom. And yet we put on these different hats, we put on these different characters. So when I think of play, real quick, I'll just say this. For me, I love being able to kind of think about the archetype of like the tarot, and thinking about the fool, the cosmic fool. And the cosmic fool is this archetype that realizes that it is a play. And when they realize it's a play, it allows them to play it differently. It allows them to play it with a higher perspective. It allows them to play with more dynamic range, and to really kind of get like silly, and to be able to invite people to kind of like question the way they see things, and to be able to kind of like not always see things so seriously, which in turn can result in a bit of a paradigm shift. So again, play is a powerful way for us to be able to dissolve ego. Play can be very healing. Play can be nurturing. Play can be a way for us to be able to tap into our creative expression. And so that's why, here within the community, simply having this discussion, it's designed for us having this discussion to be able to continue to encourage play amongst each other through the variety of different ways that we can express it. So let's keep the talking stick passing around. I'd love to, Beau, you're new here. Can I pass over to you next, just as someone to be able to introduce it to next, if that's cool with you? And then from there, we'll just kind of keep passing the talking stick around. And just again, like speaking of play, humor, satire is such a powerful way to be able to play with ideas and philosophies, and to be able to get information in front of people. And so Beau is one of the conscious creators within the community. He does that quite well, but I'll let him briefly introduce himself. And from there, Beau, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about your relationship with play and what you feel is the spiritual wisdom of play. So let's give a nice warm welcome to Beau. Beau, when you're ready, go right ahead, and the talking stick is in your hand. Welcome, Beau.
Thanks, man. And yeah, I just wanted to say that humor is the best weapon against depression, especially when it comes to media. And so, yeah, if you want to say something and you can make someone laugh while doing it, you can pretty much say anything you want. So, in terms of play, though, I think the first thing that comes to mind for me is through my work, and I have this very strong like belief system of I believe that I should get paid for everything I pay for. And in order for me to do that, like I like to play a lot. I like to play a lot. So um, that's what I spend my money on. And so if I'm spending my money on having fun, I want to learn how to get paid for that. And so that's sort of where my mind goes right away. It's like, how can we get paid to play? How can we get paid to be at that level of fun? Like, and it's not in a greedy way, but rather just in a way that, as conscious creators, I think we need to embrace that concept that of abundance, and embrace that concept that we can create whatever we want, and the more abundance we have, the more we can give and the more we can serve. And so I think it's so important that we find ways to work in ways that it is more playful, right? So that we can just enjoy our day to day. Like I wake up and my whole job is to like play on social media and like talk to cool people like you guys. So it's like I found a way to get paid to do that, like at the same way as as Brendon does and most of you do as well. So yeah. Anyways, I'm inspired by that, and if anyone else wants to share their experiences, I will pass the stick to them.
Awesome. Thank you, Beau. We'll keep the talking stick going around real swiftly here. So whoever wants to jump in next, just go ahead. We'll pass it over to Justine and then Amanda. Justine, go right ahead. Jump right in. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about spiritual wisdom of play.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Justine. You can find me at 5D aligned pretty much everywhere. I'm kind of like type A person. So it's like they all have to match. And the reason I wanted to go after Beau is because I thought it was so beautiful that you just have prioritized play so much in your life. Because my background is very much more from like a your entire value as a person is your productivity and your ability to work kind of, that was something that I'm still working towards, and is, playing is very unnatural to me. Even as a child, I was like a very serious dance artist. So I was like, I will go to school, I will leave early, I will be in the ballet studio for 6 hours, I will be doing my homework, it will be 2 a.m., I will not be getting 8 hours of sleep a night, and I am 8 years old, kind of like a vibe. So like realizing it probably wasn't until I was like at boarding performing arts school, and I had a teacher who was from India. I am not a Capricorn. I'm actually a Leo sun, but Pisces rules my chart. I have a Pisces moon. We can get into it, but anyway, sidetrack. Anyway, so I had this really beautiful teacher named Gulshareen, and she came into like our advanced movement class and was like, you are in your late teens and none of you are seeing properly, because we were all so like workaholics basically, even though we were artists. And she forced us to learn about real yogic philosophy, bless you Gulshareen for sharing that with us, and B, to play in her class. So every class, not only did we do a whole bunch of sun salutations, but also she would turn on this one Queen song and make us like dance around to it in different archetypes. And like to this day, if I notice that I'm like not being playful, I will turn on this song and just be like, burning through the sky, 200 degrees and call me so very high. I'm driving at the speed of light. I've gotta make a supersonic man out of you. And I just wanted to bring that energy here because I think that the deeper I've gone on my spiritual journey, the deeper I go in my practice, the more people I speak to in an attempt to help them and be a guide for other people in awakening, the more I realize that doing life playfully is really, really important. And if you are hi Kai, if we can be willing to like take those risks and be playful in our lives, we're actually going to be a lot more productive than if we're like, I shall sit at this desk for 12 hours. Look at how worthy I am because of how much I have produced. Like, I've been there. I'm an Excel power user, but I'm also like, here having this conversation now. So anyway, I just think it's a real beautiful, because it seems like we're at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of like how much play is natural for us. And I just thought that was a fun way to start. Passing it to you. I think Amanda was next, although we should probably also say hi to Kai now that
Yeah,
Kai's
we
here.
can. Yeah, we got a couple more people in here. Hi to Kai and hi to Ren as well. Thank you everyone for joining in. Perfect. All right. Okay. So we'll keep things moving along here. Justine, I love that. An Excel power user. Oh God. Wow. What a prestige ribbon to be able. It's just like.
It's a real thing people say in like banking
I
and all sorts of
bet it
different industries.
is. Yeah. Yeah. No.
And then
Gotta.
eventually you're just like, oh, I'm doing SQL. Oh, geez, now I'm in Python. Now, whoa,
There
what
you go.
happened?
There you go. Cool. Awesome. All right.
Like a
Okay.
gateway.
Absolutely. Okay, let's keep things playing along here. Again, I'll just kind of refrain from interjecting and we'll just get everybody talking and then we'll just get into some freestyle. So, Amanda, I'll pass it over to you when you're ready. Baby Yoda and Amanda, feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about spiritual wisdom of play. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Amanda, this Baby Yoda. So I can't stop laughing. Yeah, going back to like you guys mentioning the performing, I've been a performer basically from birth. I used to escape my house every single day, and there was this local restaurant down the street from my house. I'd be there every single day at lunch for the lunch crowd and turn on the jukeboxes and put on Michael Jackson and just start doing the moonwalk for everybody in the restaurant and sing for them all because that brought me joy. So I've always integrated play into my life. That's how I've survived to this point. It's a lot easier for me to be myself and be able to express myself when I'm not me. So if I am performing and singing and dancing and especially acting, if I can be a different character and get out what I need to say that way, that was a lot safer than people actually looking at me and listening to me. So that's how I've always integrated my play. I've always tried to be somewhere else and someone else, and that just made life a lot safer. So doing all that as me now, it's a little scary, but we're still having fun. And that's basically how I integrate play. I just do things as creatively as I possibly can to make things easier to talk about.
Very
That's
powerful.
it.
Thank you, Amanda, for sharing, and absolutely, again, I love, just by us being able to talk about this discussion, we realize that, like, play is medicine. Play is as important as all the other essentials within our life. It's as important as sleep, as water, as sunlight, as exercise. So that's why, again, by the time that we finish this broadcast, I hope for some people it will give you a chance to just kind of reflect and just be like, am I prioritizing play? How can I prioritize play even more? Like, some people literally, and again, no shame. Like, obviously we're at different points in our journey wherever we are. But it's quite possible that we may go through periods where it'd be like, I haven't played in like weeks, maybe even months for some people, right? So I think, again, when we, as Beau was kind of saying, as we were kind of saying, understand that, like, your job first and foremost is to take care of yourself, and so when you understand that, play becomes the work, play becomes a part of the work, play becomes a part of the holistic journey of being able to make sure that your heart is nurtured so that you can continue to bring that with you. And absolutely, play can be great for like releasing energy, it can be great for communicating, it can be great for clearing. So let's keep things moving along here. I didn't check in who wants to be able to jump in next, so whoever just wants to, I'll pass it over to, we got everybody's ready, we'll pass it over to Leeza, and then we'll pass it over to Ren, and then we'll just kind of bounce around from there. So Amanda and Justine and Beau, thank you again, and we'll pass it over to Leeza. Leeza, when you're ready, go ahead, briefly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about spiritual wisdom of play.
Hello, everyone. I'm Leeza. You can find me on Instagram as Leeza Alley. If you search Leeza Alley on TikTok, I'll also pop up. I love play so much. It's one of my favorite things to really connect to that inner child and just like be able to express yourself in the most goofy, silly ways imaginable. Like, one of my favorite things to do is just spin around in a circle really, really fast, watching the world go by, and then stop and like look up at the and just watch as the world kind of just spins around you. And I just like, it brings so much healing and so much love into your day and into your life. So I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened today, actually. So it snowed here, and I was I've been in a mood. I've been in a kind of mood this today, and trying to get out of it. And I like, I decided, what, I'm gonna go play in the snow. And I went outside and I started to like stomp around in the snow, and I was like, just kind of sat there and just like, I don't want to do anything. And so then I started punching at the snow, and I was just like, this is so soft and fun. And then as I started punching the snow, I was able to like, lift up the snow and find that more playful side, and really play with the snow, make some snowballs, and like throw them in the air, and get the little icicles that were on, and like just start to admire things, and make some snow angels, and just start really playing in the snow. And the difference that it had when I first got out there, when I was all like, "Arr!" And then I came out and I started that joyful. And they say laughter is the best medicine, and it truly is. It really just melts away that your inhibitions and those anxieties. And so when you're able to do something like playing in the snow, or singing a song, or dancing around your room like a fool, like it's something that will melt away some of those anxieties, some of those negative emotions, and where you can go forward with your day, with your week, in just a lighter feel. And that's what I think play is so important, and that's why we need to prioritize it, because it really truly can change your life. So that's what I had to say.
Beautiful. Awesome. So for everybody, yeah, there was like a few weeks ago, me and some buddies who I just kind of like meet up with on the odd time, did the old fashioned, it was like a snowy day here in Canada, did the old fashioned, let's build a snowball as big as we can. It was like one of those where we just like, it starts off and then it just gets bigger, and then it like gets to the point where it's like I did throw my back out now that I think about it, where we're just like, and then eventually, and then it was kind of like, and then we left it there, and I'm just like, part of me is just like, it's like I want to destroy it, but it's just like, no, like let's let's leave it in the field and we'll let like the kids find it and they will decide what fate will come of that giant snowball. And I think they did. I think they smashed it a few days later. So I'm glad they had some fun with it. But yeah, go roll a giant snowball or whatever it is that you need to. Nature exhibits play. I think again, play in nature. There's a whole conversation there. Let's pass it over to Lauren. Lauren, I literally saw your post up earlier today, kind of like digging into the theme of like martial arts and everything like that. And martial arts and play go hand in hand. But Lauren, we'll pass it over to you. Please feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about spiritual wisdom of play. Let's give a nice warm welcome to Lauren. Welcome.
Hey guys, so my name is Lauren Wren, whatever you want to call me. I'm on Instagram as Living Zen with Wren. TikTok's more new for me, but yeah. So Justine, I said you're Capricorn because I'm a Capricorn rising. So some people like look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're serious," and I'm like, "Not always," but from like the outside, I guess I can look sometimes serious. But no, I'm all about play, and I've always been that way to the point where like I was judged for it a lot in school. Like I was always called out by my teachers, by peers, like, you're too much. You are like, you need to like calm down. And I'm like, I'm just having fun. But like, apparently it was not always okay. But I really love to play ways, like, I guess like I was plant bending, Brendon. I was trying to plant bend like everything around me. And the plants actually grew a lot more that summer when I did that. But yeah, I love video games. And for a while, I was like, oh my God, is this okay to do? Because I'm like in my 20s now, like I'm an adult. I'm like, am I wasting my time doing this? Like, but my boyfriend will always be like, no, this is like time for you to relax, to like be yourself. Like, you're not wasting time by doing this. And so, one of my things I like to do with play is video games. I love to go outside in nature. I was a nanny for 3 kids for a while, and they were very serious kids. And I was the one that had to sometimes be like, come on, like, dude, like, get crazy, and like have to have them like run around, and they'd be like, you're weird, Lauren, like, what are you doing? But I'm like, this is normal, you're kids, come on. But I don't know, I can't imagine not being a playful person. Like, it's in everything I do, so I just love it.
Awesome. Lauren, thank you so much. We'll keep the ball rolling. Play ball. I'm tossing someone the ball. Get ready. Here's who
one thing to Ren.
Sure, go ahead, Beau. Jump right back in.
I have a friend that makes $20,000 a month plus that playing video games, and he just bought his like 3rd or 4th house. So yeah, don't give up on that because you can actually just like make a lot of money from that too.
Absolutely, man. Ain't that the dream? So beautiful. All right, okay. Who am I passing the ball to? I'll pass it over to Jessica. Okay, Jessica, you ready? Okay, here comes Jessica. Catch, Jessica. Oh, whoa! She almost fell off her chair there. You okay? Still got your crown on?
Yeah, I almost
Okay.
did. Totally rebelled my
Go ahead,
headphones.
Jessica. Passing it over to you when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Jessica. You can find me on Instagram at Mind Cave Musings. Yeah, let's see my relationship with play. Well, I'm the oldest of 4 kids, and I have a lot of younger cousins, and I've worked with kids like my whole entire life too. So I've taught gymnastics, kind of have had play a lot in my history, and then now I'm a mom. So today I played quite a bit. But I love that thought of like, what is play? And like, to me, play is that connection to source. Like, what better way to be in that present moment than connecting with that thing that, yeah, just lets you go. There's no boundaries to where you can go with that. We used to make up so many games as kids, and I love seeing my kids now as they're kind of going, they're young, early childhood, and as they're transitioning, those phases of like, they want to be around kids, but they don't necessarily play with each other. And then there's that age where they start to play with each other. And then if you just let it, it's so organic how they start to build that structure, and they negotiate, and they go from there if you don't interfere. And I love watching this process, and I love trying to facilitate that space, because to me, when you give that space to anybody, young or old, play is the most organic thing that can come from it. It is that very organic connection to source. And I'm hoping, one of the things I see is so much pressure for kids younger and younger to be studying and sitting still and everything like that. And so I really am striving to put my kids in different environments. And I love seeing other people like Beau or Ren or, are still finding that connection. And I really hope that as we keep going, and as groups like this, like we're finding that connection, and how do we bring that back in to society, to our daily lives, and remind people of, like, yeah, let's have fun, let's play. And through that, let's connect to each other and to source. So that's my insight. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. All right, we'll keep things passing along. Abby, we'll pass it over to you. So, Abby, here comes the frisbee. Abby, catch the frisbee. She got it. Good catch. I'm glad we practiced that ahead of time. So, okay, go ahead, Abby, when you're ready. Welcome.
Hi guys. I'm Abby, Abs Archive on Instagram and TikTok. I don't really post much because I'm a little bit introverted, but I'm getting. But I am. I'm like embracing this play side now, and I love it because I've always been very serious, and my parents still are very serious. I still live with my parents, so I'm working on that and getting to now play as an adult around them is very fun for me. Um, I like to run around the house and just like sit there and just talk to them about all of this kind of stuff and dance around with them and do crafts with them and cook with them. So I get to embrace play every day now, and I didn't before. And I feel great. Like, even just embracing your inner child all the time, it feels good. um, so even like playing for me, I got to take a nap, and that was play for me because I don't usually take naps. And today I was like, I'm going to take one and see how I feel. And I woke up feeling refreshed. So I really encourage everyone to allow yourself to play with your days and play with the energies around you and just see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ab. Let's show some love for Abby. Thank you, Abby, and Baby Yoda. All right, okay. Kristen, Kai, who wants to go next? I'll make you guys have a dance battle to decide who goes next.
Pass the object to us. Throw something at us.
Okay, 500 up. Okay, I'm gonna throw it to one of you. One of you's got to catch this though. So you guys ready? Okay. Jackpot! Catch it! Oh! Who got it?
I fumbled it. Kristen ended up getting it.
Kristen got it? Oh man, that was a dope.
I felt a real secure catch on that one.
Absolutely. Good job. Okay, Kristen, passing it over to you. Let's give a nice warm welcome to Kristen. When you're ready, go right ahead.
Hello, beautiful, amazing souls. My name is Kristen, Pinoak Rising on TikTok, Instagram. It is absolutely lovely to share space with you all, and on this beautiful topic of play. It's so important whenever we are working with our healing, and playing with our inner child really go hand in hand. And so the ability to find the play for me and my journey has been all about really allowing myself to find the energy of play whenever I'm in the transitions and or feeling stagnant or stuck, and how empowering it is to be able to remember that something as simple as dancing goofy or putting on a silly hat or wearing, your goofy carnival clothes or whatever, like whatever it may be, but like the power of something that's so simple and so small, and how absolutely healing it can be, and how empowering it can be in your journey, and just allowing you to refresh in your energy, or even help you change your mindset. So I know sometimes we get kind of we'll get stuck, right, in periods of our life, and we'll kind of get hung up on I don't know, different topics. And so I've at least have found that whenever I bring play into whatever it is that I'm doing, that I'm able to unstick those energies and freshen things up, and just really bring a new outlook on things. So like Jessica was saying, playing with kids is absolutely so important. Like if you have found yourself at a place where you're having a hard time remembering what it is to play, just look at the children and watch them and see how they do, and it's all about not holding judgment over the play that you're doing, because whenever you're playing, you're having fun, you're enjoying your whatever it is that you're doing, you're allowing yourself the opportunity to express what's inside of you without boundaries. And so really just allowing yourself to be in that play state of I'm going to do what comes to me, and I'm going to allow it to be whatever it needs to be, and I'm not going to hold that judgment over it. So yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful play. And I love that Beau mentioned too, being able to bring it into what you do, because I know whenever you are able to find your play in your job, then it no longer becomes a job. It's now something that you actually like to do. And so when you're spending your time doing things that you actually like to do, you're probably going to do a better job at it. And it's going to flow better into your spaces. And so then it becomes this symbiotic relationship of, oh, I actually like what I do, and I'm good at what I do because I'm playing and having fun with it. And so yeah, that absolutely important. Love this topic. Love you all. Thank you for letting me and Baby Yoda play with you all. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Baby Yoda. Wonderful. All right, we'll keep things passing around here. I'll pass it over to Kai. I got a couple notes I'll share afterwards. Kai, I'm still gonna toss it to you, but you're gonna have to. I'm tossing it far, man. Like you might need to like way back, like back up, Kai. Like yeah, like go, like get there, Kai. Like way back, further, Kai, further. No, Kai, further. I need you to go. Okay, Kai, here it comes. Okay, get ready, Kai. Whoa! Did you see that? He like jumped for it. You okay, Kai? Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that was good, man. Wow, that was awesome. Good catch. Good catch. All right, let's give a nice warm welcome to Kai. Go ahead, Kai. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about the spiritual wisdom of play.
Hi, my name's Kai. You can find me on Instagram, mindfullyabundant_. Over at TikTok, it's Kai Tai Kevin Q. I always loved playing. Like I was a very imaginative kid. And when I was 6, like I was in grade 1, and we had to like do kind of a cheesy, like a big picture of like what do you want to be when you grow up? Like what's your favorite foods? Like, you have to fill up this big like poster board with stuff. And what I drew and what I wrote down what I wanted to be when I grow up was that I wanted to work at the department store, but specifically at the toy section. So there's like a stick figure of me, like adult Kevin, like holding toys. Because in my head, I'm like, duh, if I play at the toy section, like I can just play all day. So yeah, for me, it was like in phases. Like my parents are really serious, and they're from China, so like play is almost like second nature. Like in their head, it's like you work hard, you go to school, and you can play like never. So I kind of had like play crushed out of me. So like for me, it was almost like I do my homework, I go to school, I do well, and then I could play like afterwards. So I think like I developed like maybe a shame of playing. Like I still love playing growing up. Like I played sports, and I grew up with video games. Like video games was like, yeah, it was fun, but I think for me, like it's how I coped. Like it was kind of like escape, but at the same time, like it was fun. It's how I also connected with friends. So it was like this gray area of like escape slash like fun and play and connecting. Um, and for me, like video games was such a big part of my life, where like when I was 13, World of Warcraft kind of came out, and I got my first like computer, and I got into like a virtual world. And like, yeah, it is a balance, because like I know like parts of my life, like especially when you play like a game like World of Warcraft, like it can become your life. Like it can be the point where like I can't wait to go home from school and just go into like the real world and like go on my night off rogue and go around like doing quests and dungeons and stuff. So it's really been like the past couple years where like in my own growth, I learned about inner child healing, and I'm kind of like refinding that inner playful child. And it is a spiritual practice, like echoing from what like Leeza said and what Beau said. It's like if you can like take things less seriously, and if you can like begin just like playing throughout your day, it just adds this like lighter quality. And if anything, like it adds like life like to your life. Like I would say like with my work, especially with my content creation, like I'm very playful and I have a lot of fun like doing it. And I have like, I guess if my inner child, I guess his personality is one of like, he's a very nice child, but he's very mischievous. Like he loves like, like messing things and making people think and like doing almost like little innocent, like mischievous things. But it's like, it's really to get people to like relax and stop taking things so seriously. And like for me, it's like if I can break someone free from like their frame of reference in like a mischievous way, like that is my ultimate, like that's what gets me like playfully giggling and like mischievously like cackling. So yeah, so play for me, it's always like been in the background, but it kind of came and went, and it's really now that I'm an adult, I am kind of tapping into my inner child and still like doing responsible adult stuff like paying bills and all that jazz, but also like having fun while I do it, whether if it's like doing dishes and a song's playing, whenever I can. I try to take things like not as serious, but still get things done.
Wonderful. Awesome. Kai, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you again, everyone, as we've gone through the circle once here. We'll just kind of continue to let the conversation flow. And yeah, so a couple things that just kind of came to mind. I just want to be able to take a moment here just to be able to send a shout out to all of our animal friends who teach us how to play. We kind of talked a bit about this last week. But again, like it's funny because we can see play within nature. You can see play within, like the way like a horse runs wild, within the way the dogs are always kind of like so excited for it and everything like that. Shout out to our Beau's got his cat with him. You guys want to invite your pets on camera, now's the time. So, Baby Yoda's getting jealous here. He's like, oh man, what about me? But yeah, so shout out to all the, oh, that's a bunny. Oh, it's a bunny, cute little bunny rabbit. But yeah, so just kind of speaking on here, when we look to our animal teachers, we learn a lot about how to be playful, and again, being playful is a result of being in the present moment. So I'm just gonna literally just keep the video footage of Beau petting his bunny on screen for a second as I just read. I feel that's more entertaining than looking at my face, quite frankly. So I'm just going to read here because as we were talking here, and then we'll pass the talking stick around, and Beau, if you want to jump in next, it's up to you. But for everybody here, I want you to just kind of like write down words, like as many words as you feel called. When you think of play, what words come to mind? So these are some words that I wrote down, and I apologize if I'm like taking words that you might write down, but I want you to do this as an exercise for yourself. So the words that I wrote down, I'll just say them kind of slowly because I want you to just kind of like sit with each one. So the first word that I wrote down: awe, wonder, imagination, creativity, joy, gratitude, compassion, excitement, suspense, challenging, growth, expansion, laughter, embodiment, dance, dissolving of the ego, dissolving boundaries, storytelling, mischief, adventure, lighthearted, cute, inspirational, exercise, exhilarating, fun, liberating, sport, companionship, camaraderie. And we can keep adding to that list. But again, for me, I've always, there's a little axiom that I've kind of like said a few times, and I'll just say it here because it really fits in. It's this idea of we grow old to learn how to live young. We grow old to learn how to live young, like that for me is such a powerful concept to be able to keep in mind, because it seems like that's something that with our society, it kind of happens, and we've heard from other people talking about this, where it's like the play almost gets like conditioned out of us. But as we get older, we begin to learn how to be able to like reconnect with that childlike part of ourselves, to be able to be childlike, to be able to be carefree without being careless. So I think it's important to be able to understand that, you know, like the childlike version of ourselves, that's who we are. Like that doesn't go away. That only gets kind of like covered up and repressed, and we might kind of get disconnected from it, and it has its own journey and healing associated with it. But when you think about what it was like when you were a child and when you're in that playful state, again, you know, it's kind of like this idea that who we are at the core, you know, like outside of even this physical body, and I've kind of talked about this before, is we are ecstatic love in motion. Like that is, I mean, from my opinion, that is like what we are, like literally. So when you think about, you know, a child being in a space where you just give them the invitation to do as they will, what do they usually do? They usually play. They usually go on adventure. They're usually in awe. They're looking at things. They want to laugh. They want to smile. That is like their natural state. So what happens when we begin to really adopt this philosophy to be able to intentionally make the perspective of play the natural way in which we begin to show up within the world? How does that change things? How powerful can that be? And again, you know, in today's day and age, I feel it's so important. Obviously, again, but being to say, it helps alleviate stress. It helps just get the body moving. It helps bring just new perspectives, fresh ideas. And again, it helps create this connection to this creative life force energy that moves through us at all times. So yeah, that's just a couple things that I just wanted to be able to say. But at this point, let's just kind of popcorn style. The questions that I had when I wrote the body for this episode, I'll just kind of read it here, and they can just be prompts for anything else that you guys want to be able to talk about. What is play and why is it so important? How do we experience and express play throughout our lives? What does play teach us about ourselves and connecting with the primordial creative energies all around us? What lessons has play taught us, and how can we learn to embody it more within our daily outlook, practices, and creative expression? So if anybody feels like they got something that they just want to be able to jump in on, you guys can kind of like play with kind of steering the topic here. Please, by all means, go right ahead. And again, at this point, we'll just kind of chat a little bit more about play. And even for you guys, if you guys even want to just talk about like what are specific ways that you guys like to play. You know, even us doing our morning meditations with our laughter practice, those are always playful. So I think even just the idea of doing things playfully is a very powerful way to just begin using that language. It just be like, oh, it's time for me to play, but rather it's time for me to do whatever I'm doing playfully, you know? So again, I think it's a choice, it's an outlook, and when we choose that outlook, it dramatically changes the way that we show up for everything. So it's a habit. It's a bit of a muscle that we have to flex. So anybody else who wants to jump in, Justine, I'll pass it over to you, and then Abby, and then anybody else. Go ahead, Justine, jump right in.
Okay, so on that note of like, how can we be playful? For those of us, you know, I think there are a lot of cultures worldwide where we are socialized, conditioned out of play, like really, really early. Like I remember my preschool teacher being frightened because if left to my own devices, I would read already at like 3 years old. I wouldn't play. Um, and some of that is like personality, some of that is like cultural, some of that is like unstable home environment. You know, it's all layered in on top of each other. But I feel like having eventually cracked that nut, I wish somebody had told me that I could have, you know, started that process, because it can feel daunting if you're like, no, I don't remember a child time when I played. No, I don't have that core, like, you know, it can be really hard to start doing that inner child work if you don't have some of those core memories to fall back on. And for me, like the way I opened that door was I was sitting at my job doing like computational financial analysis, and I was sitting there and I was like, what can I do to make this fun right now? That I'm like reading financial reports and checking them against other financial reports. How can I make that fun? So I'm sitting here and I was like, I'm going to turn on music I like to listen to. And I kid you not, at this point, I was like a contractor for this company. And I was like jamming in my chair, like really getting into it, chair dancing, because I was like working overtime. Everybody else had left the office, or so I thought. The only person still in the building was the director of my department, who like he's actually a professional magician also, but like he had this like really imposing energy. Like he was a physically large man. He wore like all black, like long coats. Like he was kind of like a I was a little bit scared of him before I got to know him, you know, just because that was like the vibe he was giving off. I'm pretty sure on purpose to mess with people in a playful way, but I didn't know him yet to know that. So anyway, he like knocks on my cubicle and is like, come with me. And I was like, I'm getting fired right now for like being here. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm like listening to music, I'm trying to stay awake, da, 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 da. Like, dear God, I need this job kind of a vibe. We get into his office, he offers me to be like a full-time employee and was like, don't worry about it. What are you listening to? And I was just like, and it's just like, I share this anecdote because I was terrified to let myself enjoy being alive, like terrified, because I thought that if I was not working and suffering, bad things would happen. And so if play feels scary for you, like when Brendon was like, you know, what words do you think of for play? Mine were all fear words, okay? And then I was like, oh, wow, we still have a long way to go on this journey. All right. But if that's you right now, first of all, you're not alone. There's lots and lots of us who are, you know, culturally conditioned, socialized, growing up in unsafe home environments, whatever it is. There are lots of reasons you can come to this point where you're just like, play. Can I maybe work instead? Is it enough if I read a book? Like I used to literally try to get out of going to recess as a kid because it made me uncomfortable. If play is not a safe space for you, start with just enjoying. And that comes back to the deconditioning process of like, we live in a world where fear consciousness is huge. And so if play feels like really hard, then you're probably not enjoying what you're doing. You're probably worrying about what you're doing. And if you're in the emotional space of worry while you're doing your things, you are going to be blocking your own success. You are going to be holding yourself back. And if you can start enjoying, that is the key to unlock the door to flow. And I guess as you travel down the hallway of flow, eventually, like under the right circumstances, now I can feel safe enough to play. And that was years of growth for me. So find a way to just enjoy for a little bit every day and work up to it.
That's very, very, very wise. Thank you, Justine, for sharing. And again, I love the idea that all of us here just be able to get to bring together a much fuller vision of wisdom. And yeah, no, again, you know, I think even within this discussion, we can kind of begin to like redefine what play is. Cause again, you know, like I don't think play is always going to be like a physical thing. I think play can be, you know, being able to just be in a space of enjoyment, and play can be a very gentle thing. It can be a very, again, you know, play can literally just be like running, you know, using your imagination and daydreaming in some ways. So there's no set definition on what play, you know, I feel like we can expand it even just by talking about it. Okay. Abby, I think I was passing it over to you next. So go right ahead, team. And again, anybody else who wants to jump in, just go ahead. We can just kind of popcorn style. Okay. So Amanda after Abby. Go ahead, Abby.
Just about being gentle with play. I just want to say I like cloud watching. So that is very playful. You can find any kind of image in the clouds that your mind could make up. I swear. It's amazing. But what I like to do, and I've been doing a lot, is I like to sing. Like, even though I'm not good, I will just sing whatever is going through my mind, especially like when I'm driving. That's how I've been bringing more play into my day. If I'm like feeling like I'm having anxiety or something, I'll go on a drive and I will just sing in the most show tuney kind of way, and that raises my vibration. So yeah, singing, dancing, those are more specific ways for me. So thank you guys.
Awesome.
Back
Thank
to the
you.
topic stick.
Thank you, Abby. Yeah, and again, you know, like I think just through us having this discussion, I hope this invites each of us to just kind of begin to get a clearer picture on like what spaces we can step into that are good for just being able to foster that energy of play for ourselves, knowing that it's going to be different for everyone. You know, like I enjoy playing hockey. I wouldn't expect everybody here to be able to slap on some skates and to join me on the ice, you know? So I mean, like play can be literally just kind of like taking a walk through nature, right? So I mean, again, I think play is a word, but what we're really talking about here is just being present within our hearts, present within the moment, and then play is kind of like a fractal of that. Amanda, we'll pass it over to you next, and who wants to go after Amanda? Just go ahead and give me a hands up real quick. We got a few people here. Okay, so Leeza, Kristen, Jessica, I'll let you guys figure it out. I might have to do another 500 up or something. Okay, Amanda, go right ahead when you're ready, Amanda.
So I've been doing pretty much the same thing as Abby. Anyone who's been in the impromptu vibe spaces that have been popping up on Discord, a lot of them have seen me just randomly dancing and singing in my kitchen because that's literally what I do all day. And they get to hear me singing off key, and that's super fun for everyone. But I've also been taking my kids outside and teaching them how to catch snowflakes on their tongue, because that's literally one of my ultimate joys, is just to stand there and let all the snow fall on my face and hit my tongue and just feel the different textures and the cold hitting the warm, and been teaching them how to make snow angels and just basically enjoying winter as much as possible. So that's it's literally just finding like little random things that bring you all of these moments of just pure bliss. That's what I find to be the most playful, because your heart just explodes with happiness.
Wonderful, Amanda. Yeah, play. I'll just say something real quick. Just came to mind. Play is essentially a gift that we can give to ourselves ongoing. And so if you think about it from this perspective of, say there's two people and they're assigned to the same task, but each of them has a different attitude. One person is completely resistant and they see it as a chore and they're like, I don't want to do this. Let's just say, for example, it's like cleaning the house, something that we all do, right? Something that's relatable. And then another person is literally approaching it from this perspective where it's just like, okay, how can I incorporate play into this? Maybe I'm going to put on some music. Maybe I'm going to dance my way through this. Maybe I'm going to listen to a really funny podcast or something that I enjoy while doing this. And then suddenly, as the two people go through it, the one person kind of goes through it and they hold this resentment and they're kind of disgruntled, and then they come out of it and they're just no happier than they were by the time they got through it. The other person can literally go through the exact same experience with a different perspective and attitude and actually have it become an uplifting experience, something that nurtures them and something that kind of like brings that momentum into the next part of the day. So I encourage each of us, as we kind of move out of this discussion, to really kind of in a way challenge ourselves. How can I do things that may seem almost just average things that we may do, and how can we bring just a little bit more play into it? How can we even start our days with just a little bit more play? Maybe again, it's dancing, it's singing, it's doodling, whatever it may be. So let's keep things passing along here. Who am I tossing it to? 500 up, catch. Who caught it? Did Jessica catch it? I think Jessica didn't catch it. I think Leeza caught it. So yeah, Leeza, you caught it. Okay. Go ahead, Leeza.
Right. So I wanted to touch upon, I love singing and dancing, and that for me is 100% play. But I want to touch a little bit about what Justine and Ren said about, with kids that are like, we see kids and we think playfulness, we think of kids, but there are so many kids that don't have that playfulness, that have, it's play isn't the same in their heads as other kids, and where some kids are like, and some people with play, it's all very loud and very like a lot of movement, a lot of like doing this and a lot of energy, and some kids it's more reserved, and that's also okay. And it's okay to have play that isn't so much but more inside too, and like maybe watching a TV show that brings you joy, and doing like watching, looking outside and noticing the squirrels playing tag or something, and that's also play. And I think it's really important. And Ren, I really wanted to tell, like, I appreciate you so much for going, like, showing kids that have that kind of energy how it's okay to also express yourself, and to know that balance of being reserved but also being playful. And I think it's especially now, and we've said that it's a hard balance to find, and it's something difficult, but I think even just talking about it right now, we're breaking out of that mold, and we're showing it, like, it's okay to be silly and it's okay to be fun, but it's also okay to play reserved, and it's also like that's perfectly normal and fine and fun. And the word that comes to mind when I think of play and being playful is freedom, and just the freedom to express yourself, the liberation of just being you authentically with, like Kristen said, no judgment. And so that's my little spiel. So I'll pass it off.
Wonderful. I love the word again, authenticity, authentic expression, such a powerful perspective. And yeah, again, we can talk a little bit more about this as we go. I'll pass it over to Jessica. But the idea of like education and play kind of combined, right? Because it's just like that notion is very, very powerful. If you're just trying to like teach kids, for example, and you're just like, you have to do it this way, like there's a resistance to that. But it's just like, let's have fun with this, let's explore together. And then they're learning as osmosis, and they're almost like inviting it a little bit more. So again, I think that's where, and even as Beau was saying, the idea of like incorporating humor and satire and play into our content as conscious media creators is so powerful. There's a powerful quote by I want to say it's Walt Whitman or someone, but it's basically this idea. It's just like, if you're going to tell people the truth, make them laugh, or else they will kill you. Like it's like straight up to the point, but it's just like, oh crap, like I think he's right. But straight up, I think a lot of us here in the community are beginning to do that a little bit more. And again, this lightheartedness allows us to actually be able to learn both personally, and it also allows our community to be able to learn alongside us. Be like, oh, this is refreshing, this is joyful, this is actually something that I want more of. People will be attracted to your playful energy. It has like a light source. It's like a beacon, right? So Jessica, I'll pass it over to you. When you're ready, go right ahead.
Yeah, so many great points brought up here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to touch on. I really liked, Leeza, what you were saying too about, and everyone was talking about the inward play, and how, yeah, it's hard to tell from the outside. Sometimes I remember when I was a kid, which you might hear mine right now, I could be sitting there having this whole world going on in my head, and but it might just look like I was just sitting there, but there was all this imagination going on, or I maybe had a couple figurines. One of the things I'm really learning in this day and age with kids, because there's so much sensory overload, is that boredom is actually a very essential part to get to play and get to that creativity right now. And it's hard sometimes, like when they go through the boredom phase, like they're lashing out, they want the immediate satisfaction, and then trying to just kind of be like, I'm here, I'm supporting you, but you got to figure this out, like I'm not here to entertain you 24/7. And then they get through it, and the stuff that comes out of it is like way beyond anything I could have done for them, or inspired them to do. The things that I get to do now that I really enjoy is like later when I was more of an adult, I got into Dungeons and Dragons, and now that I have kids, I'm getting them into it, and so I get to be a storyteller, and I get to make up these adventures, but then they get to kind of reflect back on me. So like that's totally my thing with them these days. But I love hearing everybody how they get into it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. We'll keep passing around. Kristen, did you want to go next? I know Kristen had the hand up. Who wants to go after Kristen? Just to be able to get a scope on things here. Anybody feels called? Okay, we'll pass it over to Kristen, then we'll figure it out. Kristen, go ahead.
Beautiful. Jessica, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons though. Can we work this out? No, I love that. Finding the play for me. I love that Brendon mentioned being able to play outside. I grew up with a big brother that did not want to play with his annoying little sister, so I played by myself a lot, and we lived in the woods. So that is where I found a lot of my play as a kid, was just being able to go out and use my imagination and create different scenarios. Like I love running through the creek, and I'll like find different little rocks and come up with little stories on how this rock might have come to be. Or I'll like find a fossil and I'll be like, ooh, what's the dinosaur that's in this fossil? And just, allowing yourself the opportunity, or even just like climbing a tree. Like that was one of my absolute favorite things to do as a kid, just to be able to like climb up a tree and have fun. Now more it ends up being like I'm going through the woods with my dogs, and I'll just like everything's cool, we're going for a walk, and then I'll just be like, look at them, and then I'll just like mad dash off, and then they like, it's their cue to know that they get to like mad dash off too, and so then it's like me and my dog just like crazy running through the woods and being goofy. So yeah, just like allowing yourself to find the play in whatever it is that you're doing. But I also really wanted to talk about being able to use play whenever you are in those more of like depressive states and you're not, maybe it's like you can't even get yourself up to go outside. Like that happens sometimes, right? Like you're like, I don't even want to get out of my house today. So one of my favorite things to do on those days is like absolutely the music bit or the singing bit, like, you know, try to find something that you know is going to bring you joy, or something like that song that you can't help but dance to when you hear it, like put that on in the morning and allow yourself to dance. But this is this is going to sound really goofy, but one of my favorite things to do is actually to like clear off the table if it has stuff on it, because let's face it, if you're in a depressive state, your table probably has stuff on it. So clear off the table, get out your shaving cream, and squirt shaving cream all over the table and just finger play. Just finger play with the shaving cream on the table. It cleans the table, so there you go. You just did some cleaning while you're depressed. And 2, you get a chance to like use your fingers and just be goofy and play around and make smiley faces or paint little trees or whatever you want. But yeah, so for me, just being able to do something very simple and easy, and allowing yourself the opportunity to just be goofy, like, you know, whatever, especially if nobody's there to watch, like just be whatever. So yeah.
Awesome. Stand by for everybody gonna be getting their shaving cream out any day now. Try that. Okay. All right. I got a little mini play exercise for us to be able to do, but if somebody wants to be able to jump in real quick before that, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, we'll get into that right now. Okay, we'll get into that right now. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna bring everybody up on a panel view here, and what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna do a little creative play exercise, where basically we're just gonna do some like intuitive like scat. So like a little bit like scooby bop bop boo doo dee da doo doo boop boo scooby boop boop ba. And we're gonna do that, and we're gonna kind of like pass the talk and stick around, and we'll kind of like have one person doing it at a time, and we're gonna kind of like vibe off of each other. And so again, you know, with the whole theme of play, a big part of it is being able to kind of like get out of your own way and to be able to just kind of like let what is coming through come through you. You know, this is a very, very powerful practice that expands beyond this present moment. So for those of you who are tuned in live on YouTube, please by all means feel free to laugh, smile along, and add in your own beeps and boops along with this, I guess. And yeah, so I'll just kind of start off, and you guys all just kind of like, we'll just intuitively go. I'm not even gonna like tell who's next. I'm just gonna kind of go, and then you guys are gonna intuitively jump in. So this is kind of like a little like hive mind practice exercise, and we're just gonna do a little jam session right here. Maybe we'll do some flow tree a little bit later if you guys really want to do that. You guys are getting good at it after our open mic jam. You know, it's like you think these podcasts are just podcasts, but we're actually like we're practicing. Like we're literally practicing tapping into our creative play. So let's do a little bit of that together. So if you guys are ready in the YouTube chat, drop those 1111s in the chat, and let's cheer each other on, and then we'll get into a little bit more discussion, and then we'll just kind of let the conversation go wherever it needs to. So all right. Okay. All right. I'll just kind of start here, and you guys can kind of, whoever wants to like jump in at some point, just kind of feel it out and just kind of like jump in wherever you feel ready to jump in. So, skibida bop bop boo doo ba, zoobida bop bop boo doo boo, zibida bop zibida bop bop ba da ba ba ba, ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba boo doo boo, zibida bop boo boo ba da ba 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 ba. That's a cue. Someone can jump in.
Yeah.
Come on, Kai, get in there.
Yeah.
Abby's going. Okay, let Abby go. Go, Abby.
da beep doop boop 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 ba ba boop doop boop boop ba ba shoop boop boop ba 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 boop 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 boop.
Kitty dot boopy, ch ch ch, e a e, sla, ch ch ch,
Whoever's ready to jump in, we can just kind of do some more noises here for a little bit. So, let's just kind of like pass it around with some like laughter practice. So I'm just gonna like this is okay. Like literally, I'm just gonna let's do like laugh scat. We're just kind of figuring this as we go. So. Somebody just. Laughter cascade. It's building.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, intermission. Yeah, Stopple, we're ahead. Good job, team. How's that? Did anybody else work up a sweat there for some strange reason? I don't even know why, but apparently I did. So. Well, that was good. No, that was, again, like that was just practice. That's all that was. How'd that feel for you guys just there? Like again, just kind of like tapping back into being big kids right now. So Justine, go ahead. Yeah.
It was like super hard for me because I was like, I don't want to like take this to like a jazz singer. Meh. Like I just have never done anything in a chill way, so it's really hard for me to like relax and be less serious.
So what Queen song do we need to sing for you to be able to lead us?
I don't know. I mean, channeling my inner like kooky pigeon seemed to work out all right.
What's that sound like?
Well, I started with the ha, and then it became like the sound pretty quickly. That's probably awful since it's like mic'd, but
oh no, that's fine. It's beautiful.
It helps me to make like not human noises, I guess. So
right? It's just like I express myself best when I do it through animal noises. So.
But like actually though, it just like gets me out of my head.
Yeah. Old Mick Farmer had a farm. Well, that train didn't make it very far out the station. So.
And on that farm, he had a.
Is that how it works? No, that farm he had a pig.
Yeah. With a here and a. Here, everywhere.
Oh my god. That was like that's how it goes, right? Okay. All right. Anybody else got some like sing along songs you guys want to do here, real quick? We'll just kind of like play in for this for a little bit more.
Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say. Have you ever seen a moose kissing a goose?
Down by the bay. What else happens down by that bay? I wonder.
Must be a Canadian bay if there's moose.
Oh yeah, it's a moose boost gay bay gay bay. They're gay moose bay gay bay. They're happy, very happy right now.
With some fae.
With some fae, the gay fae bay goose may bay.
All the day.
It's like what was it? What's like the pig Latin? Does anybody know how to speak pig Latin?
Yeah,
Ik
it'd be
may pig
Oos
pay
may
lay.
oos gay a bay would be like moose goose bay. Like think that through for a second.
The guy
That's
can
hard.
speak to get better gish.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
Ren's better than me.
What was that, Ren?
Gibberish.
Gibberish. Yeah. It's just
Sometimes.
yeah, it's just I like how there's like a thin line between gibberish and light language. Just like somebody show me where that line is, because I feel like it's just kind of like going back and forth between. But I guess that's stay tuned for future broadcasts where we do all the channeling and everything like that. But again, it's tapping into kind of like creative flow and energy and everything like that. So. I love you guys so much when I'm chilling here and I'm in my heart and I have no fear, because this is our place and this is our year, and I'm so happy that you are here. If anybody wants to jump in, we'll just make up a song. We're just jam session right now. That's all this is. So anybody else, just go ahead, just start singing whatever you guys want to sing. You can make it up, and it can be horrible. In fact, if it's horrible, I'll like it better.
And when you're here through the year, flowing here, loving dear, you'll find some peace among these streets of love.
Ooh, I like that. Somebody else jump in. Leeza, go for it.
And when you say to go that way, just know, my dear, that we are here. And if you smile, just stay a while and love yourself in the best way. Yay!
And when you love with all your heart, and you open wide, buried from the start, know your worth is all there is. And you, my friend, have a smile that gives the warmest soul within my heart. I'm grateful for you all from the very start.
Beautiful. Anybody else want to jump in with some made up song on the spot? Come on, guys. We planned this earlier. I hope everybody.
Right.
I forgot my line.
Pride
Go,
is
Kai.
frightful, but my heart is so delightful. It ain't matter what happens, as long as I got my bunny and my friends.
True that. Anybody else want to jump in with make up a song for us, sing us a song? So get out the way, let the universe play. 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 My name is Brendon, and I'm here to say that I'm here to be able to hold space to play, because it doesn't matter if we don't always rhyme. It's just the fact that we're here each time to slip and fall and to scrape our knees and to make new friends and to chase the bees, because when you're one with your heart, there's no limit to your art, and you can go out and you can make sounds with your fart. So fart with your heart. Fart with your heart. Change the world, change the dream. Your magic is pristine. We got Yodas here. We got people in the chat. We got people in the YouTube. They know where it's at, because this is all just playing, being in the space. And I'm so grateful for all of your cute faces. And that's all I gotta say. Get out of the way, let the universe play. Get out of the way, let the universe play. Get out of the way, let the universe play. Whoever wants to jump
Get
in,
out the
today
way,
is
let
your
the universe
day.
play. Get out the way, let the universe play. We'll dance with our baby Yodas and we'll sing our heart songs, bright and shining rom-coms. I don't know. Get out the way,
Play,
let the
let the
universe
universe play.
play. Get out
Get
the
out the
way,
way,
let the
let the
universe play.
Get out the way, let the universe
Get
play.
out the way, the universe play. Get out the way, let the universe play. And if you feel like doing your thing, come on, girl, you got that thing. So keep it up and keep it going, because when you're flowing, it's gonna be mowing.
Get out the way, let the universe play.
Like, it doesn't matter if you rhyme, but you're all rhyming.
It doesn't matter if the rhyme is a real word. You just keep going.
I liked how you rhymed thing with thing. That was good. I like that part. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like an elementary school rap battle classic. I
That's
remember
basically
one
what this
time
is.
we actually had like a
Rap
rap
battle
battle where you had to like always rhyme
of-
with the matching
nice.
word, and that was pretty fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's fun. Anybody else want to do some more? Get out the way, let the universe play. Get out the way, let the universe play. Because we could all do this each and every day. Anybody else got something to say? Or otherwise, we'll switch it up and we'll find a new way. Get out the way. Anybody else want to jump in? Anybody else? Anybody else? So I thank each and every single one of you each and every single day because I love the fact that we are here to play, and each time that we show up on these broadcasts, it doesn't matter if it's 5 hours or 2, because I love being able to spend time with you. And so let's keep vibing this vibe throughout the dream, because we're here to dance and to awaken within all the things that make us sing. Get out the way, let the universe play. Get out the way, let the universe play. Get out the way, let the universe play. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Okay. All right, okay. Let's hear a big round of applause for all of our amazing conscious creators here. We're just having some fun. That was a great little exercise there of being able to practice being able to play, which again is exactly what it is that we're here to be able to talk about. So we'll take a moment here. We'll kind of shift gears if there's more that we just want to be able to talk about, and then we'll get close to wrapping up the broadcast. Guys, we're gonna do it. This is gonna be a less than 2 hour broadcast. I told you, you didn't believe it was possible, but I believed. I knew it was possible. I always it was our destiny. So awesome. Thanks again, everyone, for joining in. We did get Lala's in here as well. Laura, thank you for joining in as well. So all right, okay. Let's switch things up. I'll switch it back off panel view. We'll just go back around the discussion. And for those of you who are in the YouTube chat, go ahead, just share some love. If you guys had fun with that, drop some 1111s in the chat. And again, we hope that in some way just kind of inspires you, which again, you know, is such a powerful thing with play. And there's a very powerful word that I've kind of used before within the community, this idea of being permissionaries. And so again, when we do this, when we, you know, we can still, you can do things like you can take things less seriously while still being serious. Like you can be serious about not taking things so seriously. Does that make sense? Does that that's not crazy, right? Like that makes sense, right? So again, you know, like that's it's so valuable for us to be able to create this space and this container as a community where we're gently inviting other people to be able to tap more into that. And then again, you know, for the creators here, we're doing that in many different ways. So again, you know, shout out to specifically the creators here and everybody here for just being able to hold that space within community to be a permissionary and invite others to be able to do the same. So Lori, if you'd like, we can pass over to you if you'd like to be able to just speak a little bit on the spiritual wisdom of play. Lori, give me a thumbs up if you'd like to be able to speak on that. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and then we'll just kind of go around the circle a little bit more, and then we'll get close to wrapping it up here as well. So let's give a nice warm welcome to Lori. Lori, go right ahead, and when you're ready, briefly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about spiritual wisdom of play. Welcome, Lori.
Hey guys, I'm Lori, aka Lala or Rising Starseed or whatever you want to call me. I've been really getting into the spirit of play these last couple of days because I'm super excited. I'm getting ready to go on a journey. So if you guys want to follow my journey, I created a different account called Lala on a Journey. And I'm about to go take a little road trip and pick up some cool things along the way. So that's what this beautiful mess is behind me. I'm getting ready to try to pack up everything and then we'll see what happens next. So stay tuned. I also have had a lot of wisdom in the forest, riding my four-wheelers, and I found Pen Oaks Cove. And I tried to start a fire down there last night, but it didn't really work that well. I did also want to just say today I've been playing. I found my heart sunglasses. I feel like it's been Christmas because, like, you know, when you're packing, like, you find all kinds of random stuff, you know. Well, I found my heart sunglasses, and check this out. I forgot my mom made these. They're like scarves, but look how perfect they are in our current times where we have to, you know, wear a mask and stuff. Put your mask on and then put this over top, and then boom, bada boom. So my play looks like me finding random stuff like this half sleeve that my mom did and putting that on, and I feel like Rainbow Bright. I found these like hair things today too, like, oops, yeah. See, that's not my real hair. So I'm just having fun finding random stuff that I forgot I collected along the way. And then, yeah, I'm going to make some jewelry because I found
Awesome.
all my jewelry stuff. And I'm going to take my dog on a road trip. So
Awesome. Oh, that sounds fun. That's awesome. Wonderful, Lori. Thank you so much for
I'm,
sharing.
I'm looking forward to all the wisdom I learn along the way on this journey.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. Yeah, absolutely, team. And again, we'll just kind of just chit chat here and everything like that. You know, just really reflecting. I'd love to just be able to invite everybody here to just be able to let's kind of finish the broadcast just by kind of like speaking in future context of like what are some ways that you're gonna begin to incorporate more play into your routines, into your weekly adventures and things like that. So if you want to just think about that, we'll use this as a space that really just kind of like speak it into existence, while also just inviting others to be able to be like, oh, okay, that gives me an idea. I can do that as well too. So for me, there's multiple ways that I make play a priority. Seeing my dog is one way. I mean, the play is a little bit different now. He's not as fast or anything anymore. Just enjoying present time with him. For me, getting out and playing basketball at the local basketball court by myself while listening to music. I love doing that. I love being able to like incorporate music into my physical exercise and like exercising like really intensely like to a song, doing it just for a compartmentalized piece of time and just kind of committing to that, like putting on a song that's like so just kind of like really something I like, something that maybe is from my past, like the soundtrack for Princess Mononoke is like literally one of the songs. I'll like listen to that and I'll be like, yes, this song pumps me up. And when I do that, I'll like freaking like run around and get back and go back and forth on the basketball court. I'll also a couple weeks ago, I was out here doing this again today, but specifically a couple of weeks ago I started this where I got my rollerblades on, and there's a parking lot near my house, and I was rollerblading and I was like playing ball hockey, but I was like listening to the Mighty Ducks soundtrack. So for me, it was kind of like, again, you know, with play, I think it's beautiful when we use play to be able to like tap into nostalgia in a way, to kind of like bring forth things from our childhood into our adult years, to still be able to tap into it and to enjoy it in a way that serves us, you know, in a way that's not necessarily like escapism, but it's healthy escapism. But is it really escapism? Again, you know, I think it's being able to obviously like have the balance, but really being able to see that, you know, For me, it's like playing hockey, doing exercise, like that is a part of my work. Because that is a part of the play. Then the play is me being the best version that I can be, the character on the stage, the Brendon that I am. And so for me, doing those playful exercises is really important. And of course, again, being able to do our broadcast here, our morning meditations, those are very playful. I love being able to play with you guys there. And for me, also just being able to bring more of that playfulness into my media content and the videos that I'm making into the future as well. And also playing video games here and there on my off time as well are some of the ways that I like to be able to incorporate play, and probably bring a little bit more dance routine into my cleaning tomorrow, if anything. So okay, is everybody putting crystals on their forehead? Is this a thing? Did I miss the memo on that? So we're just starting a little trend here. All right, bust out the crystals. Okay, so who wants to go just next? So let's just kind of like speak from affirmation, or speak it into existence, and then we'll get close to wrapping up the broadcast here. So Amanda, I'll pass it over to you. What are some ways that you're going to begin incorporating play into the coming weeks?
I'm actually going to use this to keep accountability on this, but my future play involves me making portraits of everybody I love, which is going to incorporate most of the people in this room right now, out of Legos. It's going to be pixelated portraits out of Legos, and I have an entire glow-in-the-dark Lego set up right here. I'm just working on getting the pictures all set up into pixels so that I can put it together.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. I'm looking forward to being able to see what that evolves into. Thank you, Amanda, in advance. That's beautiful, and a wonderful gift for the community there as well. So yeah, absolutely. Again, like play, like, yeah, like creative expression in all forms, So okay, who wants to just be able to share a bit again, as Amanda said, like, yeah, use this as accountability, speak it into existence. So Kristen and then Kai. Go ahead, Kristen.
Okay, so my affirmation for the play is that I am going to play with my paint, and I went and found Skyward Sword for Zelda, and I've never actually beat the game. So I'm going to allow myself enough time to play to beat a game that I've wanted to play since I was forever ago. So that's my affirmation.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna take months, but yes, you can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you, Kristen. You're basically like Princess Zelda in human form. So yes, 'tis your destiny. So awesome, thank you, Kristen. All right, Kai, we'll pass it over to you when you're ready. Kai, go right ahead.
Yeah, this is awesome because we can all kind of keep each other also accountable. I think for me, like I get a lot of play like going on little adventures. So for me, it's to like plan it out, like just take time off and spend like even like one day or one like night just to like go in my car and just like go driving, and then like go on the adventure and just let myself like just really just like relax, like just get my mind off like work for a day. Like I feel like I can definitely do myself a day with just no content creation, take the day off and just really let the little kid out and like go on an adventure and have fun with it. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, just take a little road trip to Narnia type thing. Like straight up. Like again, like that's what, like, I love that version of play where you just kind of like walk into the woods. And this is what I kind of alluded to this earlier, but just like that practice of like being in awe and the curiosity of it, right? Like kind of like as you like go through the woods and stuff, like start looking at things with more detail, start talking to like the bugs and stuff like that, and the little like creatures underneath the leaves, and just be like, oh, what are you guys up to? What little stories do you got going on here and stuff? Again,
That's so funny you said that, because this morning I was taking my dog Kai for a walk. My roommate, he's not my dog, but he was like, he loves to sniff. So like at one point he was just like, we're like walking on the trail and he was like sniffing hard in the bush. And like, I was like literally like face to face with a tree. And like, for me, it was just like second nature. And I just kind of looked at the tree and I just kind of started sniffing it. And then it's so funny because that was me playing, but then it's like, the adult or the judging mind. Like I did it for a second or two. And then like the thought was like, Kevin, you're being weird.
Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed to sniff that tree.
Yeah, right.
There's a bylaw against that now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Let myself be in awe and just be like silly and like smell and like eat things.
sense things, yeah, really. And again, just really being present, I think, again, one of the key practices of play. So that's where, again, let your play be a form of meditation in a sense. So really just allow yourself, whatever you're doing, just be very present with it, and again, sometimes, like, and that's relative, right? Like sometimes, like, the whole idea is to just kind of be like in a few places at once, depending on where you're flexing your imagination. Who wants to go next? Go ahead. Leeza, go right ahead.
So I definitely want to try that shaving cream thing that Kristen said. I'm totally gonna try that this week. I'm also going into the city and staying at my aunt's apartment, so I'm really excited to go play in Central Park, and just I'm so excited, and just to see like all the people, I mean, wearing masks and everything, but just going into the park and just kind of playing with the energy there, and I'm so excited about it.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Leeza. Okay, who wants to just go next here? Ren, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking, I told my boyfriend actually today, I was like, I want to go wake up early enough to see the sunset at like this beautiful reservoir, like
You're
up
gonna
this
wake
mountain.
up early to see the sunset?
Yeah. Sunrise.
How early do you have to wake up to see the sunset? I'm just trying to do the math here.
I'm like, I want to
Sorry,
do
go
that. So I'll actually
That's
wake
awesome.
up early and do that. And maybe I'll bring my Keyblade and just have fun with it. Yeah. I
That's
want to
cool.
show you guys my Keyblade. But I love listening to game and TV, like scores. Like I'll just literally listen to the Game of Thrones soundtrack and just act like I'm like in like,
Yeah.
like that's my favorite thing to do.
Totally. Yeah, see, that's again, like, that's where, like, again, we're talking about, we're kind of like more stuff just kind of coming to the surface as we're talking about it. Like, you can use play as an embodiment practice, like really kind of like bring in an archetype, right? So like that's where one thing that honestly I would invite people to do this here if you feel called. It's totally optional. Find a broomstick or find something that you can use as like a sword, or again, essentially like a lightsaber, and like wield it as if like you're like this like epic hero, and just kind of be like and just see what it feels like, like literally just kind of like see what it feels like. But yeah, if you can find like a bow staff or some sort of staff of something, start spinning it, just start playing with it. And the thing that's cool is you'll actually get good at it. Like you'll get better at it as you do it. So yeah, I really invite everybody here to just kind of invite that version of play where it's kind of like the play, but it's also kind of like the martial arts flow art type stuff as well. Kai, what is Kai's busting something out. What is that, Kai? What is that? Oh, Kai, that's like a thingamajig. It's a thing.
It's a harpoon with a taser on the edge.
That's exactly what I thought that was. That's
no,
what the heck.
It's for snowshoeing poles.
Oh, it's literally a snowshoe pole. I'm like, is this like a thing that everybody in Nova Scotia has? I'm not
totally. My superhero, I'm Winter Man.
I shall hike through the.
I'm Canadian Winter Man.
Canadian Winter Man. Do it. That's funny.
Are you riding your moose to the goose pond?
To the goose pond. To the,
my moose. Yeah.
Okay. Jessica, what do you got there? Jessica, you got like a thingamajig.
It's a shinai, a bamboo sword.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this is fun. I'll give you guys some lessons. No taser though. But I think, yeah, you guys are all inspiring me, and I want to like write more to my like D&D quest I got going on. So I think what I might do, and might be a suggestion for people who are more like introverted, is I'm gonna build a fort. Stay at home, build a fort, and then go in there and write. And then we'll do sword practice.
I love that. Like not only just playing, but like creating the space to play, like creating like the ambiance, the setting as well, right? So yeah, like create a little fort for yourself, or again, go somewhere epic or something like that. Like if you can find like this is actually really, really helpful. If you can find a place to go to like that's in the woods and kind of make that like kind of like your sacred space, like go there and do like martial arts, dancing, flowetry type stuff there, right? So again, I know I was saying, oh, use a bow staff or whatever. Like, you don't have to, right? Do the stuff that we were talking about in the meditations, like do the water bending, the air bending, the fire, the earth, like dance like the elements. Just express yourself in a way that works with you. Again, whether it's a bow staff or a lightsaber or anything like that. But seriously, like for everybody here, is a little exercise. Going out in nature and moving your body while listening to music or something like that is so freaking awesome and like so dope, and just like such a beautiful way for you to be able to like give that gift to yourself. You know, it's one of those things when you do it and then after you're done, you're just like, that felt really good. Like that nurtured something inside of me. It awoken something inside of me. So inviting people to be able to do that if you guys feel called. Okay. Anybody else just going into, again, just kind of sharing accountability for play that you got coming, that you want to do in the coming weeks? Justine, go right ahead. Yep.
So I don't know if I'm quite on everybody else's level, although I aspire to be. But the thing that I'm really committing to right now is like taking my mindfulness practice up a notch. And so just like noticing the frame of mind that I come into every action with, and choosing to like take that, notice that over seriousness that I really tend towards, and to just say, how can I be more playful? How can I be enjoying what I'm doing right now? And just adding that layer, because I've been practicing mindfulness for years and years and years now, and I feel like I'm ready to be like, all right, Justine, let's take it down a notch. It's not that serious. It's like you're here to enjoy being alive, and to actually practice that and to challenge myself to be accountable to it, and like not just be like, I'm folding laundry and I will fold each shirt precisely and it will be pristine, and like just like pop on some HGTV and vibe while I fold my laundry. Like this is like actually challenging for me. I saw that there are a few people on the YouTube chat who are more at that level of the playfulness journey. So Ren has challenged me to twerk while doing laundry. I think my husband will appreciate that. So I accept the challenge to twerk while doing laundry with music.
Tis the highest destiny. So.
Tis a quest.
Tis a quest. That's right. You'll level up. So okay, all right, okay. Thank you, Justine. I just want to take a moment here to apologize to Kai and every single person from Newfoundland. I guess is that in order? Did I do it? Did I like? I did a horrible thing. I said Kai was from Nova Scotia when he's not. He's from Newfoundland. I knew it was one of them. It's like, it's over there. I apologize. I'm sorry. So please don't stab me with your spear taser thing. With your whale taser. Jesus.
While you're sleeping.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Anybody else just want to be able to Abby, go right ahead. Yep.
I just want to say accountability for me and my storytelling, because I found in the last couple of weeks I like making stories, but I don't sit down and allow myself to feel the playfulness to like write them. So giving myself that time and that play space to start writing some stories.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's lovely. That's lovely. I totally like creative exercises for being able to make stories. I definitely enjoy that too. And yeah, I started doing it a couple weeks ago and then I got sidetracked, but I got like a story that's like half finished that I have to go back and finish. So, Abby, I'll have to meet you halfway on that journey as well. So yeah. Cool. Okay. I think everybody's kind of like shared what we're up to in the next coming weeks and stuff like that. So let's just get into some closing thoughts and then we'll wrap up the broadcast and we'll call it a night. And if you guys want to have a little bit of an after hangout type thing, that's totally cool. We can kind of do that. I'll just kind of keep the room open. And again, for anybody of the other leading members, if you guys want to join in into the Zoom link, you'll find the link for that through the Discord channel. So if you guys are wanting to be able to jump on it after, that's totally fine. So yeah, let's just go around and pass the talking stick with just any closing thoughts and gratitude. So tonight's theme, spiritual wisdom of play. Again, I feel I feel that play is something that we need to prioritize, and as conscious creators and leaders, we need to kind of continue to like bring it into the forefront. Otherwise, you know, what does the world look like when it doesn't have play? It becomes very like cold and sterile and things like that. So again, you know, like I think when we are in a place of intentionally bringing play into our daily lives, it naturally folds over into our work, which naturally makes our work, relatively speaking, more accessible, more exciting, more attractive, more magnetic, in a way where other people can really see that, and for them to be able to receive permission, for them to be able to tap more into that play. I think, again, you know, when we allow ourselves as grown, responsible adults to be playful, it's literally like healing wounds. You know, it's healing things within us that have said, oh, you can't play, oh, you can't do this, way back, and all of those things. And it's just be like, no, you know what? Like, play is something that's really, really important to me. And I love play, and I love being able to play with my friends. So, you know, I'm so grateful that we here as a community get to play with each other. And that's what we do here, you know, like on a fairly regular basis. It's something that I prioritize with being able to help create in the community. And I know it happens far beyond just these broadcasts alone. There's a lot of ways that in the community we're showing up for each other, and we're bringing this playful energy. And again, you know, in a world that's just kind of like weirder and weirder, play becomes more and more important. So let us continue to bring play into our personal realities, so that we can bring it out into the community, and so that thus in itself, that play will be able to serve as you know, like medicine, quite essentially, for the rest of the community, and inspire people on that level. So we'll pass it around to anybody else who just wants to be able to share any closing thoughts and gratitude. Go right ahead and you can just speak on that. Kai, your mic's open. Do you want to go, or I'll pass it to you if you wish?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sure, might as well.
Yeah, I am incredibly grateful to be here with everyone. Like this has been like one of the most amazing communities like I just like stumbled into, and I just want to like thank you everyone, because I've never felt this like sense of like, yeah, like this is what we're doing here. This is like sacred space, and it's just like we're just so open to explore and play. And as much as it's easy to be here, but like some of the stuff that we've been doing, it's been like so like I've never would have ever done any of this like you know, free flowing and rapping and like laughing. And I am just so incredibly grateful that you're all here sharing space, and you're all just being so vulnerable together, because it's so beautiful, because it's like as we both like we're all being more and more vulnerable, we like hold space for us each to like, you know, to drop even like deeper and to like, you know, crack and open at the same time. So thank you everyone.
Oh, Kai, has this community changed your life, Kai? Just a little bit?
Oh yeah,
Just
it
a
changed
little
my
bit?
life. It changed my life. It reminded me. It brought me back into the purpose. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
We need to save this planet, and we gotta
Yeah.
bring it to Earth.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, man. We dance the dream awake, as I say. So we can do that. Like, we can do the work, and the work can feel exciting and playful and inviting, you know? So if we, again, you know, that's why I wanted to do this call. Like, as a team, I didn't want to just talk about it. I wanted this call to be a way for us to focus our attention around this theme, so that we can consciously bring it with us into the weeks still ahead, because it's just going to continue to be more and more important. So this entire broadcast, even for everybody listening, was, again, you know, one big prompt to be able to bring us back to that focus, and then we'll carry it forward. Do we got mustaches going on? My mustache isn't big enough. My hair doesn't go that far. Okay, who wants to go next? Or do I have to, I mustache you to go next. Leeza, mustache you to go next, Lisa.
I'm loving all of the mustaches. The mustaches. Can make it like a little goatee. Anyway, I'm so grateful for this space that we've created tonight, and the energy in this room, in the YouTube, has just been so beautiful, and I appreciate it. My heart is just so full. It's overflowing, and all the laughs have made my heart so warm. So thank you, everybody.
Aw, thank you, Leeza. Beautiful. All right, who wants to? Justine, I just need. Whoa, that's intense.
I feel like I look a little bit like Nigel Thornberry right now, you guys. Like,
oh, it is. From the Thornberries, that show that I watched as a child or something like that.
The
So
wild thornberries.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
What a vibe. That was kind of itchy. I can't handle having my hair in my face. But yeah. Thank you for bringing out my wild and playful side. Apparently, I do in fact have one. And I guess I'll just, channel my inner Nigel more regularly.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Justine, for being here. And again, I'm just so grateful for everybody. And yeah, it's fun. So, all right. Who wants to go next? Before things, again, like the train's just like slowly. It's gonna get, this after party's gonna get goofy, man. So, Abby, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for bringing out my, as you said in the chat, my Hermione Granger today.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's been saying that, so that helped me a little bit. But also, I've been feeling like this energy of Miss Frizzle.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for creating the space for me to be silly and share your silly sides, and I can't wait for just the after party because I know it's gonna get silly. Get silly.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Abby. Okay, anybody else who hasn't gone yet, go ahead. Just any closing gratitude. Jessica, and then Amanda, and then Ren. Go ahead, Jessica.
Yeah, thank you all so much. This community is changing my life. I'm still very much in the process of it. And every time I let a little bit more of myself out, there's like this ebb and flow going on right now. Like, oh, okay, wait, is it safe? But you guys keep reinforcing it's safe, it's here, it's held. And I thank you for that so much. I can't wait to keep it going and do it again.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Amanda, I'll pass it over to you next when you're ready. Go ahead.
I'm just really happy that this is the podcast that I came back for, because I've been kind of in, but not really in the last few of them. So yeah, this was just perfect to come back and hang out with you guys, and I missed you guys, and I'm just really happy to be here again.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Ren, go right ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, so kind of like what Jessica's been saying, I've been kind of like trying to get in these more, and the more that I come into them, the more I break out of my shell more, and I feel like more comfortable with you guys, and I just see like that mirror, like I see myself in you guys, and etc. like that, like reflected back on me. So it's like it's really nice to like be a part of this community and just have people that are just so compassionate and caring people, and just want the best for like everyone else. Like you guys all want like everyone to feel as good as like we all feel together, and that's amazing. So I love you guys, and I always think about you guys, even when I'm not like in these or in the channel all the time. I'm always thinking about like, wow, this community is great. Like, how did I manifest like, I don't know, but you guys are great. I love you, and I love everyone else here.
Thank you, Ren. I feel like we need like what was the show with like the magic mirror where it's just like I see Billy and I see Amanda and I see Ren. What was that? That was like a Canadian show from back in the
Romper Room.
Rumper. What was it?
Romper Room.
Romper Room. Romper
yeah,
Room.
You did that. You did that last week, and I couldn't.
I was remembering it. So,
yeah,
man, like that and Sheriff Lois and Brown and Polka Dot Door and stuff like that, and today's special. Oh my god, we'll probably have to maybe in like the after party we'll do like a watch party and just watch old shows or something. I mean, that could be a whole nother thing. But yeah, just echoing on Ren, and then we'll just pass it around to anybody else here. One thing that and I know I'm just kind of speaking on something that I think a lot of us feel. For people there, I love this community, and one of the reasons why I love it is the idea that people join into it, and it feels as if they've always been here, even if they are newish, which I think is quite that really says something. I can't even like put a word on it quite exactly, but again, I think it's kind of like the soul family, the soul tribe kind of coming together where, say for example, like Ren, who's like literally been on for a few broadcasts, has been on as a leading member for less than a couple months now, but now has kind of gone in and it's just like, haven't you always been here? Like I swear you were always like, you're not that new, are you? It's kind of like that. So again, for those of you who are listening into the broadcast on YouTube, if you guys really enjoy this, and again, you want to be able to get involved with that space, if you feel the call to it, then know that the invitation is always there. And again, be sure to check out the Patreon and join as a leading member if you're feeling called to do so. So beautiful. All right, let's keep things passing around here, and then we'll get things wrapped up, and then we'll close it off, and we'll keep the party going in the after party. Kristen and Lori, I'll pass it over to you next, and then Kristen. So Lori, just any closing thoughts and gratitude, go ahead.
Thanks for creating this space to play tonight. I've had so much fun, and you've made my packing more enjoyable. So thanks for that. And yeah, I agree totally. This space is something totally unique, and you can't describe it. The vibe you guys, the love that you radiate, we all can feel it, and it's amazing. And I just honor and love each and every one of you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori. Kai, what do we got there? Real quick, Kai. Kingdom Hearts art. Got
Yeah, it's Kingdom mirror mode, but yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Cool. Awesome. Cool. All right, Kristen, go ahead, and then we'll wrap it up after that.
Beautiful. I'm just so truly deeply grateful to be able to share just lovely space with you amazing souls and witness the play in action. And it's just been absolutely beautiful to, just see us play in this space, giving it the opportunity to play in all spaces. And so I'm just really grateful for it. And Brendon, you asked Kai earlier, like, has this space changed your life? And I'm like, yes, like 1,000,000,000%. Like, this community, this space, all of your souls have absolutely changed my life in so many beautiful ways. So grateful.
Oh, thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Kristen's dogs as well. They're like, hello, put us in the podcast, please. So we'll have to schedule a Zoom call where our pets just hang out with each other. It's like we're doing it. It's like we're gonna schedule one where our kids hang out with each other, and then we're gonna schedule one where our pets hang out with each other, something like that. But yeah, again, the whole intention of this podcast, it doesn't end here. It goes far beyond it. It becomes something that we continue week to week within the community. So again, for those of you who are a part of this broadcast, who are tuned in the future, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of this sacred space, and for contributing your energy. By you listening, you are a part of this. You are a part of the shift, and you'll continue to, again, carry this intention and this vision and this heartfelt love that we are incubating here as a community into your journey, wherever it may go. And please let us know in the Discord. Let us know your feedback on how this broadcast was for you, and feel free to share it with your friends. Again, just to be able to wrap things up here, we are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our weekly team podcast. Be sure to follow us on Spotify at Paradigm Shift Radio. Subscribe to Skull Babylon on YouTube if you haven't already yet. Like this video, leave a comment, share it with a friend, even like direct message some people. If you guys want to screenshot at some point, we'll give you a chance to be able to screenshot if you guys want to do a quick little post, and tag me on Instagram and let people know that they can tune into this episode as well. And yeah, thank you again to our Patreon supporters. You guys help make this broadcast possible. If you'd like to be able to help support further, you can always get one of the Light Guardian crystals, which are also toys. I should add, like, these Light Guardian crystals, they're toys, tools, and talismans, as I say. If you're watching this broadcast and you want to get a Light Guardian crystal with a discount code, send me a direct message on Instagram and I'll send you a special discount code for that. Patreon supporters, you guys already got the discount code. And yeah, be sure to connect to our Discord. Send me a direct message on the Discord if you're new, and I'll add you to the public chat if you would like that. But other than that, you'll be able to see all the other awesome content being created by our leading members, and join in for our team meditations Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, including tomorrow's, which I'll be doing as well, which will still continue a bit of the playful vibe there as well. So yeah, thank you again, everyone, so much. We're going to wrap up this broadcast, and guess what, team? We did it. It's under 2 hours. I think it's like literally like just about 2 hours. We did it. The prophecy has come true. So, oh my God, I'm like way too happy about it. We're just happy enough. So beautiful. All right, fellow leading members, for those of you who are listening to this live in the future, please feel free to jump over into the after party. You can follow the link in the Discord. It'll be the same link that we have posted already. And yeah, come vibe with us, or if not this time, come vibe with us in the future. And yeah, really excited for what it is that we're creating here, and looking forward to the ongoing journey that we have together as we continue to learn, laugh, play, and grow. So my name is Mystic Spider-Man, aka Skull Babylon. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining me on behalf of all the fellow leading members. Fellow leading members, let's make some weird animal noises, send some love out to everybody watching, and say until next time, we love you guys. We love you guys.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Until next time. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Much love, and we will see you in the future. Or welcome to the future. Special thank you to Danny Leonardo, whose music is featured at the beginning and end of this broadcast. Be sure to check out more of Danny's work in the YouTube info below. Thank you, Danny.